Hey guys, welcome back to Allison Customs Project Car TV. Today we're going to do a quick install on some new rear shocks for the 67 Mustang. This video is not sponsored by KYB, but we are using their shocks. Of course, as always, if KYB wants to become my new sponsor, I'm all in. In the meantime, these are an entry-level KYB shock, run approximately $40 retail. Once you open the box, you're going to get a baggie that I had already opened because I forgot to hit the record button the first time I did this. So you're going to get a baggie full of hardware. After that, you're going to get a shock, and it's going to have, typically it's going to have something that retains it, and that just makes it easier for them to ship them. Some of them are pretty hard to push together, some not so much. This one's not too bad. You just take that off, or you can cut it. This shock on the Mustang has studs on both ends. So basically we're going to do the same thing twice, once on each end. Now as you install it, you should have gotten 4 washers with a concave side. You should also get 4 rubber bushings. They have a raised large diameter size and a raised small diameter side. The small diameter raised side is what goes towards the washer. The concave side of the washer is what goes towards the bushing. So the way you're going to start this is you're going to put your washer on, in this case bushing or concave side up, the bushing with the small diameter raised area towards the washer. We're going to do that again for the top side. And the reason I'm telling you that is the large diameter raised area actually fits into the plate on the axle housing and into the body. So some shocks may have a flange and use a couple bolts, but most older, 60s, early 70s vehicles had at least one of these studs. Now, KYB uses 2 nuts to lock the shock in place. So the first one is normal width. The second one is narrower. It's a jam nut. So what you're going to do is you're going to use the normal width nut to tighten everything up on each end. And the way we're going to do that is once this is installed on the car, so whether it be on the axle or in the body, you're going to put the other bushing, large diameter raised area, towards the sheet metal, the washer with the cup side or the to the bushing, and then you're going to put the normal nut on there, and you're going to tighten that down until these bushings expand out to be approximately the same diameter as the washer. Once that reaches that diameter, it's tight enough. You don't need to go anymore. It really won't take a whole lot of effort to get it that far probably. Then you run the jam nut on after, and then take 2 wrenches and counter lock them together so that becomes your locking. And the reason they do that is if it's easy to take those 2 off, there's nothing, once you loosen the 2 nuts against each other, then they both will come right off. If you use a regular lock nut on these, what tends to happen is the shaft is welded to this housing on both ends, and you're trying to take the nut off, and the housing and the stud are just spinning. So then you've got to try and grab a hold of this little flat square area at the top, and with a wrench try and take that nut off. It's a big pain, whereas the double nutting method works very, very well. So we're going to go ahead and squeeze this in, shove the top end into the body, bottom end into the axle flange, and then we'll put the other 2 bushings and washers on. And it'll hold itself in place, except one of them we have to get inside the car on this because it's a fastback. And we can run our bushing on there. So we'll set this nut and washer over here, and then we'll get inside the car and tighten these in a minute. Let me see if I can move the camera so you can see what I'm actually talking about when I tighten that. All right, so as you get your shocks installed, and in this case through this bottom plate, you'll notice on this one the bottom plate's at a pretty good angle. So it's going to be kind of hard to judge, but the goal here is you tighten down this main nut, the larger one, until your bushing is approximately the same diameter as the steel washer is there. You can kind of see it could use, it's booging out just a little bit on that side, but on the inside it's just a little off center kind of. So ideally you'd want to tighten these when the car is weighed on wheels. So the easy way to simulate that is to put a jack stand under the axle. Let me back this off. So is to put a jack stand under the axle on, at least on the corners where you're working on the shocks. So in this case, we're doing all 4 shocks. So ideally, you'd put it on 4 jack stands, get it up high enough off the ground where you can get underneath it. You're not fighting the tire and wheel being in your way. Then you get under here, tighten this up just a little more. With it down on jack stands and the wheel's not in the way, you're able to get in here, put another wrench on there, tighten it up just the last little bit, check the top one the same way, and then tighten your jam nuts down. So that's the last little bit to installing the shock. You just want the bushing to be about the same diameter as the washer. And that kind of goes for most of these things. Your shocks, if you're doing sway bars, the same thing. So your sway bars and your end links for those sway bars are typically done the same way. Weight on wheels, bounce the car a little bit a couple times just to get everything kind of settled in, and then tighten those until that bushing is about the same diameter as the washer. That gives you a good reference for how tight everything should be. So we'll get that done here and bleed out the brakes. We'll be ready to go. So thanks for watching. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you again in another week or so.
Thanks for watching Allison Customs Project Car TV. Like us on Facebook and check us out at AllisonCustomsOnline.com.